The crucifixion of Jesus Christ stands as history's most profound paradox, the day when the worst act of human evil became the greatest demonstration of divine love. What makes this story so compelling is how it continues to challenge our assumptions about power, sacrifice, and redemption.
That's fascinating how you frame it as a paradox. The historical records show this wasn't just some tragic martyrdom. Every detail seems precisely orchestrated, even down to the timing during Passover.
Well, you know what really strikes me? The way John's account manages to be both understated and deeply moving. Instead of sensationalizing the violence, he simply writes, "There they crucified him." Yet those four words carry such weight.
Hmm. And that restraint actually makes it more powerful, doesn't it? Like when describing Jesus carrying his own cross, a detail that would have resonated strongly with John's Roman audience, who knew exactly what that meant.
Right? And speaking of the Roman perspective, historical records show that even Cicero, one of Rome's greatest philosophers, considered crucifixion too cruel for Roman citizens. Yet here was Jesus, not just enduring it, but doing so with remarkable composure.
You know what's particularly interesting about that? The archaeological evidence we have from that period shows crucifixion was specifically designed for maximum public humiliation. The Romans deliberately chose elevated locations near major roads.
Exactly. And that brings us to Golgotha, the place of the skull. The location itself carried such symbolic weight. And then there's that fascinating detail about Pilate's inscription in three languages: Aramaic, Latin, and Greek.
Well, that multilingual aspect really tells us something about the cosmopolitan nature of Jerusalem at that time, doesn't it? Each language represented a different sphere of influence: local, governmental, and international.
And what's remarkable is how, even in trying to mock Jesus with that inscription, Pilate inadvertently proclaimed a profound truth to every passerby. When the religious leaders objected, he suddenly found his backbone and refused to change it.
That's such an interesting moment of irony. The truth being proclaimed by someone who didn't even believe it himself. What do you make of the detail about the soldiers gambling for Jesus' clothes?
Oh man, the detail is fascinating because it fulfills a specific prophecy from Psalm 22, written centuries earlier. But beyond that, there's something deeply moving about these soldiers casually dividing up his possessions while the creator of the universe hangs above them.
The contrast there is just incredible. And then there's that seamless tunic they didn't want to tear. Some scholars suggest it might symbolize Jesus' perfect righteousness.
You know what really gets me? Even in the midst of unimaginable suffering, Jesus remained completely aware and in control. Look at how he cares for his mother, making sure she'll be provided for. Historical records show women in that society were particularly vulnerable without male protection.
That moment really humanizes the whole scene, doesn't it? These weren't just theological concepts playing out. These were real people experiencing real grief and loss.
And then we come to those final moments. It is finished. In Greek, it's tetelestai, the same word used on business documents to indicate paid in full. Jesus wasn't just saying he was done. He was declaring mission accomplished.
That's such a crucial linguistic detail. It completely changes how we understand that final statement. He's not surrendering to death. He's announcing victory over it.
Exactly. And the text specifically says he gave up his spirit. This wasn't something that happened to him. It was something he chose. Even in death, he remained sovereign. The historical evidence suggests crucifixion victims usually lasted days, not hours.
Well, that timing itself seems significant, dying at the exact moment of the Passover sacrifice. The symbolism would have been unmistakable to Jewish observers.
And perhaps that's what makes this account so powerful, how it works on multiple levels simultaneously. Its historical narrative, prophetic fulfillment, and theological declaration all at once. Each reading reveals new connections and insights.
That really brings us full circle to your opening point about paradox. how something so horrific could become something so transformative. It challenges everything we think we know about power and victory.
You know, in the end, that's what makes this story endure. It's not just about what happened that day, it's about how it continues to challenge and change how we understand sacrifice, love, and redemption. The implications still ripple through history,